Hello, fearless writers. My name is Barrett Laurie, and thank you for joining me here on my channel. I am very excited today to be participating in the AuthorTuber chronic illness tag that was created by the lovely and talented Megan McCarthy. If you guys are not familiar with Megan's channel, it will be listed in the description below, as well as a link to her video that is her contribution to the AuthorTuber chronic illness tag. I am really excited to do this one because for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Barrett Laurie. Hello, how are you? I talk all about books and butt stuff. And so for me, this is the perfect tag because it sums up everything that brought me to this medium, YouTube. All right. First question is, what chronic illness or disability do you have? Do you have multiple? I suffer from complex paraanal Crohn's disease. It is a very rare form of IBD. There are 5 kinds of Crohn's. Mine is the most rare and the one that we know the least about. Yay! I do not have any other issues health-wise other than mental health issues. I suffer from some seasonal depression and some anxiety, although having been diagnosed with Crohn's, I am pretty sure that a good portion of my anxiety is tied directly to my illness. Have you had your chronic illness or disability your entire life? This is an interesting question. I was only diagnosed with Crohn's last March, so I was 37 years old when I was actually diagnosed. I have suffered from some digestive and gut problems since I was in my early 20s. I've not had my chronic illness my entire life. I have had gut and intestinal issues and digestive issues most of my life. I just think I was improperly diagnosed. So good chance that I have had it my entire life. I, however, was only diagnosed in the last year and a half or so. I have suffered from depression and anxiety since I was 18 and have treated that with cognitive behavioral therapy for most of my adult life. So the next question is, what healthy coping skills have you learned because of your disability? So it's really funny, I put this one out there all the time, but the healthiest coping skill that I have learned as a result of my disability or my illness is easily that no is a complete sentence. And I would tell anyone else who is suffering from a chronic illness, learn to use no. It is your best friend, and it will keep you from having disappointment among your friends and other people because they will get used to the fact that when you're not feeling up to it, you just say no, and that's a complete sentence, that's the end of it. Be sure to learn to command no, because it will be your friend when you need to bow out of something gracefully. Do you apply your experiences to your writing? Not yet. Pretty much everything that I have written about Crohn's or my experience with it has been nonfiction, or what I mean by that is for a blog or for my newsletter or for things like that. I haven't really written anything either in short story form or in a novel that is specific to Crohn's. At this point, I definitely can say that it is something I will do in the future. I am just looking for the right opportunity and the right story idea to make it feel very organic. How does your chronic illness or disability alter your writing routine? Well, it depends on the day. So today is a day where I am feeling fairly good. So I am doing batch filming today. I'm filming 3 or 4 videos in a row because my pain level is below a 5, which for me is good. And I am experiencing some exhaustion, some fatigue because I am coming up on an infusion this week. However, if I get up and kind of use my stores of energy on batch filming like this, then I can get a lot done. On writing days, I have specific days a week where I focus on writing. I do the same thing. When I wake up, while I'm still feeling the best I'm going to feel that day, which is usually in the morning, I will get the majority of my words down. I do not write every day. I write 5 days a week. I pick those days on Sunday when I kind of gauge how I'm feeling and plan my calendar for the week ahead. But you can count on my writing will be done in the morning before noon while my energy reserves are still as high as they're going to be that day, no matter what the pain level is. It affects my writing routine in the sense that I usually write in the morning because by afternoon, evenings, my energy reserves are very, very low and my creativity kind of gets zapped when I'm tired. How does my chronic illness impact my writing style, topics, characters, etc.? Again, it hasn't yet. I really have just been diagnosed correctly in the last year and a half. So I feel very much like I am still learning a lot about my illness. I am part of the reason for doing the videos that I do on my channel that are specifically dedicated to butt stuff, my experience with Crohn's disease. The reasoning behind those videos is to not only explore as I go on my journey with Crohn's, but to also try to educate other people who are coming into this the same way I am, sort of shocked, trying to find their bearings and gather information, share information, and talk about the journey. I think there will be a time in the future where I can definitely see Crohn's popping up in storylines and characters, definitely in plot, but to date, it hasn't for me yet. So stay tuned. What about your chronic illness or disability has surprised you? I think I've been incredibly surprised by the people who have shown themselves to be true friends, allies, people that care about us. I've been really moved by the people in my life, my husband's, in our life, in our circle, who have gone above and beyond to help us get through. We've gone through hell the last 2 years. I have been in a flare since October of 2019. I'm still in a flare. It's been a very, very long couple of years. We've been fighting insurance company for the correct medicines that they don't want to pay for, and it's a disease that's made worse by stress, and I haven't been able to work because there's a pandemic, and so I can't be out among people. So considering everything we've gone through, which has all happened, by the way, in our first 2 years of marriage, I would say the biggest surprise for me has been the kindness of the people in our lives and the grace that people have extended to us. I say to people all the time, we're truly going through hell, and that is what it feels like. And every time someone sends my husband a text just to see if he's okay, or to ask if he needs anything, or checks on me to just say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, is everything all right? Those messages mean the world to us. And they tell us that even though we can't get outside of our bubble right now, that you still remember we're out here and you care. And that means a lot. So if there's someone in your life who's struggling with chronic illness, remain a fixture in their life. Continue to reach out to them. Continue to do the things you would have done before. So that would be my advice. How did my family react? My family has been incredibly positive. I should say that several members of my extended family all suffer from Crohn's and IBD. So I had a very supportive extended family because we had kind of dealt with this. What do you celebrate about your chronic illness or disability? I laugh about it all the time. If I didn't laugh, I'd cry. So I do my best to make light of it. I make lots of fart jokes, of course. I make lots of poo jokes, lots of bathroom humor, because you have to. There is so much about this disease that is isolating, and anything to do with, for whatever reason, the butt is deemed something that is not something we should talk about, or a taboo subject. And so I do my best to kind of buck that trend at every turn. So yes, I celebrate every wild thing about this disease, and there are many. I make light of. You can count on me making a Crohn's joke or making a butt joke, just because it is kind of what I do to cope. And I don't know. For me, laughing is the best medicine. So, what's your favorite form of self-care? Anything with my husband. If my husband and I are sitting by the pool, drinking coffee in the morning, starting our days talking to one another, or ending our days by the pool just visiting about, what we read that day or what happened that day, that is an incredible form of self-care for me. I love walks with him. I love on his days off when I'm not feeling well and can't get out and walk or hike or do anything physical. We'll lay and watch a show. That's a great form of self-care. And then I'm an AuthorTuber, so my number one form of self-care is and always has been reading. I love books. So I can always get lost in a book when I'm not feeling well. It's been great for my TBR, at least. I am plowing through my TBR at a record pace the last 2 years. Read a lot of books. But my favorite form of self-care, if not doing something with my husband or my immediate family, is probably reading books. Thank you, McCarthy, so much for creating this tag. There are so many of us here on AuthorTube who are not only writers, but also people who suffer from chronic illness. I am not alone in sharing my journey with chronic illness, and I'm not doing it to be performative or to try to garner some sort of sympathy. The point of sharing all of this, and oftentimes for my disease, too much information, is to help someone else. The 2 handfuls of people that have reached out to me privately through direct message that have been positively impacted by my sharing my journey with Crohn's disease is all the reason I need to continue to be transparent about my journey and put everything out there. If you are suffering from chronic illness, I see you, I feel you, and I am sending you my love and all the healing vibes that I have. Thank you, Megan McCarthy, so much for putting this together. I appreciate you for doing it, and I look forward to being tagged by you in the future, should you come up with something else that you think might be a good fit for me and my channel. For everyone else out there who has not considered doing this tag, think about doing it. It's a lot of fun. You do not have to be tagged by someone in order to do a tag, although I am going to tag a few people to do this tag for us. Number one, Aphrodite Lee. I would love to hear from you on this topic. So if you would consider doing this video, I would love to hear what you have to say. And Heather Grace, please hop on, check out the questions in the description below, and do the tag and let me know when you do it, because I want to come and watch your videos and support you on your channels. I appreciate you all. Stay healthy and well. See you next time.